Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Spotlight. I am Teresa Strong-Myrick with Action Coach Tampa Bay. Today, we are here with David Randle, and he's going to tell us about his organization and what he's doing in this great area. So, David, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Our organization is the Whale Center. It's an acronym for Wellness, Health, and Lifestyle Education. We also use the acronym Wisdom, Healing, and Loving the Earth. We have a number of programs, including our Global Healing Program, which we co-developed with the UN Environment Program. Our Waves of Change program, we co-developed with the International Ocean Institute. Our Blue Community Program, which is an official affiliate of the United Nations World Tourism Organization. And so we are focusing here in the Tampa Bay area primarily on programs that are protecting coastal habitat and enhancing coastal habitat and restoring coastal habitat, using tourism as a leverage to do so.
Tell me a little bit more about that. How are you using tourism to get that done?
Well, tourism, as many people know, is the largest single industry in the world. It accounts for 10.9% of the world's GDP and up to 12% of the world's workforce. And 80% of the pollution in our oceans and waterways comes from land-based sources. Much of that is tourism, and tourism is also the fastest developing industry in the world too. So if we can make our tourism operations more sustainable, we can do a lot to cut down on that pollution. Now, we still have other sectors like agriculture that need to be addressed, but we're actually developing a circular economy model in Manatee County with a farm and 3 waterfront restaurants to show how farms and agriculture and restaurant industries can all work together to do things more sustainably.
Oh, I absolutely love that. So what got you involved in this movement? Because it sounds to me like a movement. So what got you involved in this?
Well, I've been involved with sustainability going back to the first Earth Day back in 1970. I guess that's when, if I have to say, where did I get the passion about this? It was really, I was charged with coordinating for the college I attended at the time, California Lutheran University in Thousand Oaks, California. And me and 2 other students put on not a one-day program, but a week-long program for not only the college, but the whole city of Thousand Oaks, California. And so during that week, we all developed a lot of knowledge and interest and passion. And then I went on to do graduate work in there for my master's and my doctorate. And I was fortunate to get a job as a political environmental consultant for a entertainer that had a lot of connections and passion for the environment and able to connect me with people I probably would have never met otherwise. So it's been kind of growing over the years.
Awesome. So now I want to know like your greatest obstacle and your greatest success in the work that you've done.
Wow. Well, the greatest success, that's a difficult one because we've had a lot of successes, and I guess great depends on your perspective. For me personally, to start with a small group of 5 people around a kitchen table in a 1-bedroom condo and turn that into a national movement and stop $1 billion water project that was going to dry up a area and have that area federally designated as wilderness, and to put in new water resource management plans and wilderness management plans and wildlife management plans. To me, that was one of my early projects, and I look at it because of just the dynamics of being impossible. People told us you can't do this, blah, 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 and we did it. So that one to me, but for other people, we put on an event in St. Petersburg that ended up getting the World Ocean Day designated as an International United Nations Day. And other people say that's a much more difficult feat than what I did with the other ones. So,
well, let's just say both of those are pretty major.
Yeah. And, and being able to get the Alaska Lands Bill with wilderness. So we played a major role in getting that passed into law. so those are, I guess, some of the successes that I've looked to over the years. I think the biggest obstacle is to see that we have so much knowledge, so much expertise, so much good technology, but we don't have the political will to use it. And I think getting the political will to do the right thing, not just for our future, but our children's future,
Right.
is really the greatest obstacle that we all face. And we all may suffer, and our children and their children may suffer, down the years as a result of our poor decisions today.
Right. So it's like we've covered some ground, but there's still so much more to go. Right. And we're not doing it fast enough.
Yeah, climate change is a great example, but it's like only one of 9 tipping points that science has, identified. We also have the loss of biodiversity. We have the loss of fresh water resources. We have the increase of chemical pollution. We have land use changes, primarily deforestation. All
Yeah,
of
so a
these
lot.
things, the nitrogen phosphorus overload that are, causing and contributing to the red tide in our area, for example,
Yeah.
all of these factors, are tipping
Mhm.
points and major things that we need to address. It's not just one issue; they're all interrelated.
Right. Exactly. So what is the future of your organization? What do you guys have planned for the future?
Well, we are starting a new initiative this year where we want to take our destinations program. We have a partnership with the University of Central Florida where we've created an app that destinations can assess their community for sustainability and develop plans and then get trained on how to do it through a program from the
Wow.
University of Central Florida, Rosen College of Hospitality. We want to scale that down to a smaller level. So like condo associations and homeowners associations, or even individuals can participate in making contributions. I think that's where our real hope is at the local level. I don't have a lot of hope in Congress solving these problems. And even though we have many UN organizations and we need global policy for sure, the UN can't do anything but make recommendations to other nations. It's got to be something, from our own policy nationally.
Yeah.
The UN doesn't dictate what we do. So it's something on a local level that I'm kind of excited about that we're moving towards.
That's really exciting because once you get the local folks, on board and actually doing something, that's what starts the movements, right? That's what starts to give you more traction.
Yeah, so we have
Yeah.
3 initiatives right now that we're
I
hoping to
love
take
it.
in the future. One is the app and the partnership with UCF that I mentioned. We
Mhm.
also are developing the circular economy model where we have a farm and 3 waterfront restaurants and
That's awesome.
growing clams with aquaculture for the restaurants and taking wild pigs and which are an invasive species and turning them into a food source and putting that into one system. And though those pieces might not fit every regional area, the model can work anywhere.
Right.
Want to have
Right.
a
Exactly.
circular model. So when the farm grows the food and sends to the restaurant and the clams come to the restaurant and the pigs come to the restaurant, all the waste gets recycled into compost to help replenish the soils and to help grow the food better. And then the farm is using solar energy to grow the food in the first place. And so it's a
Yes.
whole circular system. And that's the kind of thing we need to do. And then the third thing is we're working with a company called Aptura that's developed the world's first solar electric vehicle that can go 1,000 miles on a single charge and charge 40 miles a day with solar panels on the car. So for most people, they'll never have to charge their car. And
Wow.
the average person that commutes, for example, only drives 22 to 28 miles round trip a day. So if you're getting 40 miles of energy and you're only driving 22 and you've got a backup of 400 to 1,000 miles, you may never have to charge your car. So
That's amazing.
we want to have the first plan is already in place in California. We're trying to bring the second one here to Florida.
Sweet. I love it. Absolutely. So how can others support you? What do you need from the community right now?
Well, there's a lot of things we need at different times. Sometimes just showing up at our events. Sometimes, when we're trying to get initiatives to contact the local legislator or the congressman. We always need financial support, of course. We always need volunteers. There's several ways people can contribute to what we're doing.
Okay, so tell us how they will find you. What's your website, your contact information?
So probably the best, we have several websites, but let me just give you one, bluecommunity.info.
Okay, awesome. This has been great information. I'm so happy that I've had the opportunity to speak with you and share this information with others, because otherwise I don't think the community that I'm in would actually hear this. But it's fascinating and I'm excited for it. So thank you so much for all the work you've done over your lifetime, really, in bringing these initiatives around.
Well, thank you, Teresa, for the opportunity to share.
No problem. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you get in on this, because this is the future of where we're going. Hopefully, right? That's what we're trying to make this the future of where we need to go and where we should be. So thank you guys for watching. See you again next time.